Family, it is graduation and promotion season. And if you just got a new title or just crossed a milestone, you know the celebration, but you also know the pressure. The world's telling you you have to move. You have to prove something. You have to make the next right move right now. And when nothing happens fast enough, that pressure turns into panic, anxiety, and even depression. I've been there. I've watched hundreds of people navigate this moment the wrong way, rushing into the next thing because they felt the clock was ticking, not because they were actually ready, though. Today, we're going to talk about what that urgency actually does to you and how to move through this season with clarity instead of chaos. We're going to talk about three things: the urgency trap and what it is and why it's so easy to fall into. Two, we'll talk about stillness is not laziness, it is the work. And then three, we're going to talk about real progress versus visible progress and why the scorecard lies to us. So let's start with the urgency trap. I mean, just imagine this. You just got promoted or you just graduated, you just walked across the stage and everyone around you is asking, so what's next? Your phone is blowing up with congratulations. It feels amazing for about, let's call it 48 hours. Then the pressure begins to kick in. The silence feels loud. You start wondering, should I be doing something? Am I falling behind already? That feeling has a name, family. It's the urgency trap. Graduation and promotion are threshold moments. Life is telling you something has changed. Your brain responds with, I have to do something about this right now. Society reinforces it. Social shows you the highlight clips. Your next move is supposed to define you, validate you, and prove you've made the right call. But here's the trap. The urgency itself becomes the problem. It clouds your judgment. It breeds anxiety instead of clarity. You're not thinking clearly. You're reacting to pressure. And here's what nobody tells you. A bad decision made fast is still a bad decision. Speed doesn't make it better. The urgency isn't coming from the situation, it's coming from the expectations that are real or imagined of everyone around you. So here's what you can do about it. Take this step. Name the pressure. Before you move into anything else in this season, write down one sentence. I feel like I have to blank because blank. And fill those two things in. And then ask yourself, is that actually true or is that just noise? Point two, let's talk about stillness within the work. So a few years back, I had a decision in front of me. Looked perfect on paper. I was offered the opportunity to go into a large organization I had a lot of respect for, both the organization and the leadership. It was a huge role. It was a C-suite role. And it felt meaningful to me. And see, I was working on Holy Culture, the Quilling Solution, which is meaningful work, real work, but I couldn't see the points on the board. So when that organization reached out, it felt big. It felt senior, nice compensation, team, budget, a real scorecard. And again, I wasn't even looking, but a part of me was hungry for something I wasn't feeling in my current work. And I almost took the job. What stopped me? I got still. I prayed, I journaled, and thank God for my wife. And when I actually looked at what I written down, though, through the journaling, I could see what was really going on. I was chasing external validation, not alignment. See, here's the lesson with this. Stillness is not laziness. It is not paralysis. It is strategic clarity work. Prayer, journaling, writing your thoughts down. These are active moves. They externalize the noise in your head so you can actually see your own thinking. Ask yourself this. What am I actually called to do? Not what looks good on LinkedIn, not what your family is going to be proud of, but what aligns with who you're becoming. This does not take months, family. You don't have to labor over this forever, but it does take intention. A few days, maybe a couple of weeks, but it's going to be worth it. The most important conversations you'll have this season might be the ones you have with yourself on paper, in prayer, in the quiet. Here's your action step. This week, I want you to do something. Block off 20 minutes on your calendar. No phone, no interruptions. And write down these 3 things. What do I actually want from this next chapter of my life? The second question, what am I afraid of? Let that linger. And then the third question, what would I do if no one was watching? Don't overthink it, just write. Let the page hold what your head can't. Here's my third and final point. Real progress versus visible progress. Here's the thing about the role I almost took. It would have given me something I could point to, a title I could say out loud that's recognizable, a team size I could brag about. I had been there before. It was visible. There'd be demonstrable impact. The work I was already doing was harder to explain at a dinner party or at a gathering. What do you do, Holy Coach at Corling? It's hard to explain. You can't always put a number on it. But I had to be honest with myself. I wasn't being pulled toward the opportunity because it was better. I was being pulled towards it because it fed my need for external validation. It's a very different thing. The scorecard doesn't always measure what matters, fam. Visible progress is about what other people can see. Real progress is about who you're becoming. A lot of people make career moves, especially right after promotion, based on what they can post about, not what actually moves them forward. Don't let the hunger for the visible progress pull you away from the real progress that's happening inside. This applies to new managers in the room as well. Your value as a leader isn't measured by how busy you look. It's measured by how your people grow. You won't see that grow visibly every day. It doesn't show up always on the scorecard. The real progress is the progress only you can see. And you need to trust that. Here's my action for you. Make a 2-column list. On the left side, write what I can point to. On the right side, write what actually matters to me. And where you see overlap as you fill in things between those 2 columns, that's where you want to make your next move. That's what you want to focus on. See, again, the urgency trap, the pressure to move fast is real, but urgency clouds judgment. You need to name it before it drives you. 2, again, stillness is the work. Prayer, journaling, intentional reflection. That is not wasted time. That is clarity work. Real versus meaningful progress. Don't chase the scoreboard. Move toward alignment, not applause. If you're in that moment right now, don't rush into the next thing. Use this season on purpose. And again, here's the permission slip. This move is not final. This job, this role, it is not the last thing you'll ever do. You don't have to have it all figured out. Choose progress over perfection. Make the best choice with what you know right now, and let that be enough. Until next time, family, be the leader that you needed.